Water feels unlimited until it isn't. Turn on a tap and it flows. Rivers keep moving. Rain comes and goes. It creates the illusion that fresh water is stable, predictable, and always available. But that assumption is breaking down. Water scarcity is no longer a distant risk. It's becoming one of the most serious global challenges, and in many places, it's already happening. Start with a simple fact. Only a tiny fraction of Earth's water is usable freshwater. Most of it is saltwater and oceans. Of the remaining freshwater, a large portion is locked in glaciers or deep underground. What's left, rivers, lakes, accessible groundwater, is limited and unevenly distributed. That alone wouldn't be a crisis. The real problem is how demand and supply are moving in opposite directions. Demand is rising fast. Population growth increases water use for drinking, sanitation, and daily life. Agriculture consumes the largest share of fresh water globally. Crops need consistent irrigation, especially in regions where rainfall is unreliable. Industry adds another layer. Manufacturing, energy production, and mining all require significant amounts of water. So as economies grow, water demand grows with them. Now look at supply. Climate change is disrupting water cycles. Rainfall patterns are becoming less predictable. Some regions receive more intense storms, while others face longer droughts. Snowpacks and glaciers, which act as natural water storage, are shrinking. This reduces the steady flow of water that many regions depend on during dry seasons. So while demand increases, reliable supply becomes less stable. Groundwater adds another hidden risk. In many parts of the world, underground aquifers act as backup water sources, but they're being depleted faster than they can recharge. This is especially common in agricultural-heavy regions. At first, the system works. Water is still available, but over time, wells run deeper, costs increase, and eventually the source becomes unsustainable. And because groundwater is invisible, the problem often goes unnoticed until it's severe. Water scarcity isn't just about quantity, it's also about quality. Pollution reduces the amount of usable water. Industrial waste, agricultural runoff, and untreated sewage contaminate rivers and lakes. Even if water is physically present, it may not be safe to use. Cleaning polluted water requires infrastructure and energy, resources that are not equally available everywhere. So scarcity can exist even in areas that appear water-rich. Now consider how this affects stability. Water is a foundational resource. It supports food production, energy systems, health, and ecosystems. When water becomes scarce, multiple systems are affected at once. Agriculture declines, food prices rise, energy production can be disrupted, health risks increase. In some regions, competition over water intensifies between communities, industries, or even countries. This doesn't always lead to conflict, but it increases pressure. Cities are particularly vulnerable. Urban areas depend on complex water systems, reservoirs, pipelines, treatment facilities. As populations grow, these systems are pushed closer to their limits. If supply drops or infrastructure fails, large numbers of people are affected quickly. And unlike rural areas, cities often have fewer immediate alternatives. Another important factor is timing. Water scarcity doesn't always build gradually. It can appear suddenly, after a prolonged drought, a failed rainy season, or a critical drop in a reservoir levels. When that happens, responses need to be immediate. Restrictions are imposed, supplies are rationed, emergency measures are activated. But these are short-term solutions to a long-term problem. So why is water scarcity often underestimated? Because it's uneven. Some regions still have abundant water, others are already under stress. This creates a false sense of security at a global level. People assume the problem is local until conditions change. The key issue is not just lack of water, it's the mismatch between how water systems are designed and how conditions are changing. Many systems were built based on historical patterns, predictable rainfall, stable populations, consistent demand. those assumptions are no longer reliable. So what needs to change? First, efficiency. Reducing waste in agriculture, industry, and urban systems can significantly lower demand. Second, management. Better monitoring of water use and availability allows for more adaptive planning. Third, protection. Maintaining ecosystems like wetlands and forests helps regulate water cycles naturally. And finally, long-term planning. Short-term fixes are not enough. Water systems need to be designed for variability, not stability. In the end, water scarcity isn't a single event. It's a slow shift that becomes visible only when systems start to fail. And because water connects everything, food, energy, health, and stability, its scarcity has wide-reaching consequences. The next major global crisis may not come from something new. It may come from something we've always depended on, without fully understanding how fragile it really is.